Well, hello there, Aries. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing a special tarot reading in celebration of the Lionsgate portal, which occurs next week on August 8th. In fact, some people call it the 8-8 portal. And the reason that this is so exciting is because this is a time when the veil is so thin. We get momentary glimpses of who we could be, of what our destiny is, of what our purpose is while we are here on earth. And it also helps to give us that inspiration, that fire in the belly to take action on what our heart truly desires. Now, I really encourage you to watch not just your sun sign, but also your moon and rising sign. And the reason is that this will activate all three houses. Your rising sign is actually where the activation will occur, and that is going to be in your fifth house of adventure and play. It also includes romance, children, creativity, and the inner child. And then your sun sign kind of rules your ego, okay, your identity, and your ego will be trying to keep you safe. It doesn't like it when you want to make changes in your life, which you will be inspired to do. And then finally, your moon sign rules your emotions. So that will help you to understand how this will emotionally affect you, this activation. So this is a time when you could have inspiration to expand your romantic life, find new hobbies, explore new passions and ways to create and reconnect with that childlike awe that you may have had when you were younger. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to first take a look at the overall energy for this time period for you. Let's see what we have. Fox Spirit, think on your feet and wandering path, enjoy the journey. Yes, I think for some of you, you're making, the Lionsgate portal can really propel you to do things almost spontaneously. I feel like there could be a conversation that occurs or a moment where you're just kind of like, yeah, this doesn't work for me. And kind of like stepping into this energy of, okay, I'm ready to go in a different way. I'm ready to journey in a different way. And it's about enjoying the journey. This actually has a little bit of an energy where you may leave either a situation or a job or a career because you're understanding I'm not enjoying life enough. And that's all what the fifth house is about. It's about adventure and play. You're understanding, yeah, wait a minute. What am I doing here, right? I'm wasting time and energy. I want to have more fun. I want to have more adventures. I want to perhaps expand your friend group or do more traveling. Whatever it is that brings you a lot of pleasure in your life is what you're going to want to do. Now, Aries, I do personal readings. If you're resonating with this, I do have a special Lionsgate reading up right now. So it may be something that you're interested in. And if you are, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you because this is such an exciting time. It's sometimes kind of nice to have that personalized version. Okay, so let's take a look at where you will be activated, how this is going to play out in your life. Okay, yep, you're looking at something. Okay, this is definitely that energy of, what is that saying? Elvis has left the building or something like that. I don't know. It's the energy of I'm out of here. It really and truly is. I've had enough. You have some inspiration, some glimpse. You understand. It's almost like you're being activated to see. If you stay in some situation that has Nine of Wands, this is the wounded warrior. It's been a long road. You have tried a lot of different things. It's just the same thing over and over again. And suddenly you have this burst of inspiration, this revelation, this epiphany at the Lionsgate time that lets you see that if you continue with this situation or relationship, it's going to be the same. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it doesn't matter. Like the person or the situation, oh, I didn't even notice this. Look, you have 2 of cups on the bottom. For some of you, this is a true fork in the road. You understand that what something that maybe you have been thinking about leaving for some time, back and forth energy, just kind of like, Yeah, I feel like there's something that activates you and you're just kind of like, no, I just cannot do this any longer. You know, we all have those moments where it's kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? You understand, yes, I can't do it anymore. Because I feel like, once again, you've been going back and forth, trying to decide what's the best thing. What will this look like if I go out on my own? If I go in a different direction, what will happen? The epiphany, the tower is the epiphany, the burst of inspiration of knowing I have to go towards what is going to make me happy. I have to find victory and progress in my life, that this situation isn't going to do it for me. I have to go in a new direction. Yeah, I think you've been kind of like, you know, you could have been dealing with somebody that's a little bit toxic or something like that, trying to heal it, trying to defend them. You may even be defending them. This could be a boss that is just kind of like really difficult to deal with, right? And, you know, your family members might even be saying, why don't you quit that job? You know, you're always complaining about your boss. It's such a toxic environment, but you're kind of like defending it. Yes, I know, but I get paid well. And, you know, next year I get a big promotion, or I'm vested in my financial plan or whatever. And all of a sudden it's kind of like, yes, no, I can't do this anymore, right? Maybe you've been hoping that your boss was going to retire or something like that. And all of a sudden you realize, you know, somebody says something, or your boss says something about, you know, that he's going to stay there for the next 20 years. And all of a sudden you realize, wait a minute, I'm kind of stuck in this situation unless I make a move. And that's what the Lionsgate portal is all about. It's about you being activated to make some change in your life, of understanding that where you are and what you're doing, okay, is only going to continue unless you make a change. Okay, so let's see how your ego is going to try to keep you safe. Okay, your ego, if you're thinking about leaving a relationship or a job, your ego is going to kick in, because your ego does not like change. It's going to try to keep you where you are, even if that's not what your heart truly desires. Yes, a consciousness of lack, chaos and conflict, and the Page of Wands. Your ego is going to come in and tell you, well, there's always, it doesn't matter. Even if you change your job, that place will also have chaos and conflict. Or if you leave your job, then, you know, do you understand all the chaos that's going to cause your family? You're going to have, you know, financial issues because you changed your job. If this is a relationship that you're thinking about leaving, right? It's going to highlight, okay, how this might affect you financially if you're leaving a relationship. About you're changing, okay, they're saying that you're taking one chaotic situation and just going to replace it with another chaotic situation. But here's the difference, is that looking at the truth of this matter is realizing how is this relationship or situation working for you? Being really truthful with yourself, being honest with yourself about this situation, and understanding that, okay, if I stay, it's not going to change. You may have wanted it to change. You may have wanted your boss to get nicer, or your spouse to get nicer, or whatever it is. But understanding they're not going to change. It's unrealistic for us to expect other people to change. The only thing that can change is us. And that is what you are kind of coming back to, what your ego is trying to tell you. Your ego is going to say, oh, well, maybe your boss will retire next week, or your spouse will get nicer next week, or something like that. You're looking at it, you're saying, no, they've been like this for the last 10 years. There's been no change, or they've even said that they'll change, but they haven't changed, right? For some of you, you could be dealing with somebody that has an addiction, right? And they may keep saying, oh, I'm going to get some help next week. Or maybe they go and do get some help, but then they come home and it starts all over again, right? Understanding that this situation is not going to change. The only thing that you can do is leave the situation, or decide, you know, how you are going to live with it. It's kind of like it is a crossroads. Are you going to stay with this person and not expect any change, right, in them? Or are you moving in a different direction? And I feel like for some of you, you've been blocking this information, this knowledge, but at this time you're going within. It's being activated within you. It's almost like you didn't want to hear the truth. And now all of a sudden, it's kind of like you're getting a glimpse with this Lionsgate portal. You're getting that momentary glimpse of what life will be like in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, if you stay in this situation. So let's take a look at how this affects you emotionally, the emotional impact of this. Yeah, look at this. I actually feel like you have a lot of support. When you make a decision that is best for your own heart, there are people that will support you. For some of you, I think you're actually moving maybe to a new community where people are more in line with how you feel, right? If this is a situation where you have kind of like been in a family setting or like in a community where everybody thinks the same way and you're not in alignment with that, I feel like for some of you, you're like, yes, there is a lot of happiness out there and it's my turn to go get it. I love this card because you see how she's kind of coming out of the orchard, coming out of the dark and into the bright sunlight. Very much Leo energy with all that yellow. Understanding that there are other people, there are other situations, there are other jobs, there are other communities, okay, where you will be loved, appreciated, praised. And that is what the judgment card is. Understanding that you are making a true decision. This is a crossroads decision. This decision changes your life, changes your path from this point forward, right? And it's kind of like, yes, but I'm optimistic because I know I can't stay where I am at this time. Really beautiful energy here, Aries. So let me clarify this. Yeah, the Queen of Cups is popping out, and I'm not surprised because this is following your heart. Oh my goodness, look at all of this divine feminine energy. You have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress. I feel like for some time you may have put a lot of emphasis on your family, or on keeping some community, whether a work community, a neighborhood, a local community, or your family, your friend group. You've put a lot of time and energy into keeping them happy, but it's been at the cost of your own happiness. And understanding you are being activated because you're truly the Empress. The Empress is all four queens. I think you've been trying to balance your responsibilities to other people and what your heart truly desires. But the Empress, she just intuitively, okay, she's very intuitive. She intuitively knows where it is best for her to be. And I think that that's what you're understanding. There's a lot of balancing that you have to do if you stay here. Balancing out things that are not really in alignment with yourself. And what you're understanding is life will be a lot smoother. Life will have a lot more flow to it when I go in the direction of what my heart truly desires. Wow, powerful energy there, Aries. Okay, so let's pull a soul truth card for you for some final advice. And I do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. It does help to get my message out to more people. All right, let's see. Am I in my head or in my heart? And that is exactly kind of what this energy is. Like you've been going back and forth, all this back and forth energy, because your heart is telling you there's somewhere else for you to be. And yet at the same time, your head, your responsibilities, your obligations are keeping you where you are. Think about that. Your ego is your head, right? All right. What is the quality of your self-talk? Our brain is like a muscle. If we condition it daily, the fears and limitations will take over. Mastering our thoughts is about being the creator of our own life. Where our head meets our heart is where miracles happen. Yeah. Beautiful energy there about understanding that, we all have choices in life. And perhaps you have made a lot of choices, okay, based on what other people wanted for you or what you perhaps allowed yourself to do for other people. But in the meantime, you realize that your own heart has had to play has been put on the back burner. Let's put it that way, right? What you have truly desired in your life has been put on the back burner in order to make the life of other people happier. And now you're understanding, no, this is my decision. I only get one shot at this life. And it's kind of like, yes, there are things that I want to go do. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to completely leave these people, right? But you are pulling back your time and energy so that you can go in a direction that is more in alignment with what you want for yourself. The Judgment card is also about your purpose, understanding that the direction that you're moving in is helping you to get more in alignment with your purpose. All right, I'm leaving it there, Aries. It was so good to see you. I wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.